up, guys? It's your girl Alexus AKA A Retro. Today's video is I'm going to be showing you guys out there how to make fajitas two different ways, both ways easy. Before I get into the video, I do want to say Happy New Year's to everybody out there. This year is the year of the pig, which is my Chinese zodiac sign. I am a pig. I am born in 95, so that means that's my sign. So it's the year of the golden pig at that. So guys, let's be positive this year. Let's be golden this year. Let's be nice to each other. Let's support each other. Let's work. Let's grind. Let's make things happen this year. No more negativity. No more negative people. This year, we doing us. And I'm talking about do what makes you happy. Go out there and live your life. Stop worrying about all these other people out here. Leave them alone. Do you this year. Be golden this year. I'm going to be... So with that said, let's get into the video.
Start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Break it down, let me see you back it up. Shout out to my whole world.
Today's video is I'm going to be showing you guys how to make fajitas two easy ways. The first way I filmed like August of last year, and the second way I filmed in December of last year. And I wanted to get this video out earlier, but I didn't have enough time, so I wanted to start this video off the beginning of this year. The first way, you can also check that video. I had made a video with my nephew. It was what we ate in a weekend. He's actually here today. Come over. He's right here. Hey. Say hi. Okay, you can go now. So I filmed two different videos. Both like I said, both are easy ways to make fajitas. I don't want to talk too much. I feel like I already talked a lot. Let's get into the video. Bow! Okay guys, the first step of this, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to make fajitas. All you need is any type of vegetable oil or olive oil or coconut oil. I normally use coconut oil or olive oil, but I didn't have any that day, so I used vegetable oil. And make sure you get all the oil in the pan, because you need to make sure it's nicely oiled. And then you're going to put all your vegetables in the pan. I normally like to take the spatula and just move the vegetables around in the actual pan. And I normally put the stove on 5 medium, but I turned it down, I think to like 3, because the pan was actually very, very hot. And I didn't want the vegetables to get too burnt. It's okay if the vegetables get a little bit burnt, because it's actually really good and crispy that way. But just make sure it's not too burnt. And I got the Angus beef. You can get this in the frozen food section. This one has no artificial ingredients, so everything is fresh. It's already pre-seasoned. Very easy. You just take the bag and you literally let it thaw out a day before, though, or a couple of hours before you cook it. And you just put all the meat into the pan just like that. And then you just take your spatula and then move, the meat around and make sure everything is getting evenly cooked on both sides, because you don't want any red parts in the food. As you can tell, it was a part of this that was still frozen. Even though we had it thawing out, it was still very frozen. So, but make sure that the meat does get cooked evenly on both sides. And if you want to be a little extra, put a little seasoning salt in there, you can. You don't have to, but I did just to get a little bit of extra flavor. Like I said, it's already pre-seasoned. Just make sure you continue to cook that stuff. It looks really good when it's cooked all the way up. And right now you can see I'm having a lot of fun cooking this. After that, you're going to take your fajita meat and you're going to put it in the same pan as your vegetables that you cooked up a little bit earlier. And then after that, you're going to take a tortilla wrap that you get, and you're going to you can put like cheese on it, and you can take the cheese and melt that in the microwave. And you let the cheese melt, and then you can also add the vegetables that you cooked earlier and put the vegetables on top of the fajita and the cheese. And you can also add ranch in it just to give it a little bit of extra kick. It's so good with ranch, guys. Then guys, when you're done putting all of your toppings on your fajita, all you're going to do after that is just then wrap your fajita up, guys, and then enjoy. Guys, I'm going to show you a little bit harder way to make fajitas. Now this way is a little bit more fresher because you're going to be using stir fry. And this meat you actually have to season yourself. And also the vegetables that you can buy in a pack from Kroger's. We had some left over from the last time we made fajitas. And this time I used my seasoning. I used the chili lime season and everything but the bagel seasoning that I got from Trader Joe's. And make sure you season it well. I think my mom got 2 different kind of stir fry meat actually. And make sure the stove is on 5. And we didn't have any olive oil or anything, so I had to use some old chicken oil that my mom used. I know, but it actually made the fajitas taste 10 times better. It's just oil that she had used to fry chicken. And then you take the fajita pieces, you have to separate them and let them cook in the actual stove. And let them cook on one side. And once the blood starts to come to the front, that's when you flip it. When you see the blood running to the top, that's when it's time to flip it on the other side. And make sure you cook this evenly. Evenly cook it on both sides, guys. And then that's what it looks like. It's a nice like golden brown color. And we had a lot of stir-fried beef that day. We had a whole bunch. So I think it took me about, 3 or 4 times to cook all of the stir-fry. We had a lot that day. So I just like went back and forth. I would put a couple pieces on the stove and let that cook. And then I would add a couple more pieces. And then when I got done, I would put it in the extra pan. And then I would take more of the stir-fry and let that cook up. And I did that, I think 3, 4 to 5 times. And then you just like finish like the last couple pieces. Let everything cook up and make sure you take your time cooking every piece because you want to make sure that everything is cooked evenly. So don't just put it all on one time. Do it separately. And then after that you take your vegetables. And I wanted to just like put a little bit more seasoning on it. I put some seasoning salt on it I got from Trader Joe's. I love this seasoning salt so much. I put a little bit on that, guys, just to give the vegetables a little bit of flavor. And I did put this on the stove, and I let this get a little bit burnt a little bit just because I wanted it to have a little bit more flavor to it. So I let it burn a little bit more. And I also got me a lemon. I cut the lemon pieces up together just to have some for the fajitas. And then you're going to take some tortillas that we got. And after you take the tortillas, you're going to take some of the stir fry with the fajita meat, and you're going to get your tortilla, and then you're going to start putting your toppings on that. You put the meat, and you can put the vegetables. We didn't have any cheese that day, so we went without cheese. But I also had to put a little bit of ranch in there to give it a little bit more flavor. And then I also took some of the lemon slices that I had. I took the lemons and I actually squeezed the lemon juice on top of the fajitas to give it some more flavor. And then you can add lemons on the side like they do in the restaurants. And here you go, guys. Enjoy.
I want you to be a light, baby. You should be a